Welcome, everybody. Oh, you know, I didn't turn the fan off. It's always something, isn't it? It's good to see you guys. Sorry, I muted that just for a second because I don't know if you want to hear me shouting at the computer. Computer, obey me. Oh, also, I may be staring off in the distance every once in a while. I moved the camera, and my brain can't put that in. So I know you're there, but I will probably forget, and I'll be looking over here. The camera used to be on this way.
You're a mess.
So if I do that, I'm just having a moment.
Having a moment.
Oh, but it's so good to be here. How are you doing over there, sweetheart?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited. It's Thursday. I mean, not that the weekends register anymore, but this weekend's a big weekend because it's someone's birthday.
Oh, I get a year younger. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, a year younger. Yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, have you noticed the title of tonight's episode?
Gnome-Ageddon, okay.
Gnome-Ageddon.
It is going to be that for sure. For sure. It's going to be a disaster. Just prepare yourself for a disaster.
It makes me laugh to think about it. It's going to be fun, though. I'm afraid that some bad things are going to happen to our little gnome friends.
Yeah, you know, I realized I went into this process thinking the first time is a learning lesson, and I don't know. I probably cut corners where I shouldn't have. I always do that. I have a problem doing that. And here we are. Well, I'm going to have to do it again.
Well, you know, along with our little gnome collection that we're going to be having in the backyard, maybe we could start off with a little gnome graveyard. For all the poor little ones that didn't quite make it out of the birthing process, I'm afraid, or the creation process. But it's actually kind of cool, though. I know we mentioned last time, Jacqi's going to make these gnomes are. It's over here. Sorry, guys. The gnomes are going to be about this tall, and she's making a chess set out of garden gnomes. And they're really cute, and they're going to be, and it's going to be awesome. There's going to be 64 statues that are like this tall and this tall, like they're depending on the character, they're different sizes, but it's going to be really, really cool when you're done.
Is it really 64 or 32?
32.
Okay, good.
Okay,
I was like, man, I didn't sign up for 64.
Yeah, it's 64 squares on the thing, isn't it?
That's right. Okay.
That's true, but it's 32. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know it's going to be cute.
8x8,
I don't even. We don't. I mean, we've played chess. I know how. We even have a 4-person chessboard.
Yeah.
But we don't normally play it. But we're trying to get the backyard nice and got nothing but time at home. So I just, I was like, pulled these gnome molds out that we bought 5 years ago, maybe more. And I was like, maybe we should finally do this.
Maybe that's why I'm thinking that it's 64, because we need to make a 4-person set.
Oh gosh,
that'd be awesome.
That actually would be really cool. We could paint them all differently, and
we're all already going to have more gnomes than any garden should have. I mean, we're going to be well outnumbered.
Yes, that can be scary for anybody that's scared of gnomes. That would be a problem.
It's going to be fun. Oh, here, guys, let me show you what I'm going to be working on tonight. Actually, before we do that, is Eagle over there?
Yeah.
Wow, the Eagle cam has actually caught Eagle. That's rare.
I know, and sometimes Chip's there. Chip's on the couch sleeping, though.
And as we look at the Eagle in her natural habitat.
Oh, see, now she knows we're talking about her.
Oh, see?
She full on just moved a foot over and left. She was like, no, she's diva. She's diva tonight.
Well, that's the way it is, It's a shy and elusive creature.
Yes.
And they're hard to pin down.
Until she wants to lick you.
Yeah. And that's why I've actually started capturing her in paint. That way this one doesn't run away.
Yeah, so Aaron Chalk has joined us, says, hello, John and Jacqi.
Well, hi, guys.
Hey, thanks for joining.
Thanks, Aaron. That's awesome. Thanks so much for joining. And, I'm going to be working on these again. This is some more stuff that's going to be going into Fort Worth. So I'm working on these.
You should clarify because they're so close together.
Oh yeah, there's 2 different paintings.
Yeah.
It looks like an abstract piece of art, doesn't it? Now this one is going to be a little person, like a girl, perhaps a boy. It could be a long-haired boy. And it ends. It actually ends. Let me see. About right here. Maybe here. So it'll end like about here, going down, and then over here, this actually ends over here. There's a little space for the stretching on the stretcher. I didn't put a whole lot, so it's going to be kind of a thin stretcher.
I know. I noticed that when you were doing it. I was like, oh, it's getting skinny.
Actually, oh no, that's right. I was going to say, I swear my brain today. I was going to say on the other side is a whole nother painting, but that's on the other side of the board, not the canvas.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't do a drawing on two sides of the canvas, did I?
That would be terrible.
That would be.
How would you price that? Oh, you could do like one of those like shadow frames where you could just flip it over.
Yeah.
One was on one side and the other.
There you go.
So the person could. That's something.
You'd almost have to, wouldn't you?
Well, maybe you're in a dog mood one day, and then the next day you're in a Fort Worth Botanical Garden mood.
Yeah. Put a clear that just spins, maybe.
You go. That's cool.
But that's what I'm working on, guys.
Well, Barbara's joined us. She says, "Hey guys."
Hey, Barbara.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
I like her avatar. It's very cool.
Oh, what's the avatar?
She's got pink hair with pink cat ears, and it's a popular thing that everybody's doing on Facebook now. They've like full on, very detailed, cartoony avatars.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's the way it is on Instagram, I think.
I guess I don't do Instagram outside of your Instagram.
Oh well, my Instagram, I think, is it Instagram?
I don't think so. I mean, I know that there's
maybe it's Snapchat.
I know your phone. Like on my phone, I have like emoji icons on my iPhone, but I don't know outside of that what.
Yeah, and Snapchat, I don't really know how to use it very well. Like I know I'm on it.
Yeah.
But it just confuses me because I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know if I'm. I don't know. I don't know how to work the thing. And
so what are you going to be painting today? I mean, I know you're working on those two, but what specifically in those are you going to be doing?
I'm adding a little bit of flair to these guys. So
I like flair.
So I'm going in and I'm adding, and I don't know how well it shows up in the camera, because these are actually really large. The canvas itself is like 4 feet tall, so I'm not sure. And so the camera's back a little bit, so I don't know how well it's getting the detail. But I'm adding some hot pinks and reds and purples and stuff in there, just doing it in golden yellows and also some tints to darken some areas. Because when I first started this today, it was very like one tone, so I'm going in and trying to add a little bit of depth. And then on the girl's hair, I'm kind of doing the same. I colored in the butterflies, and boy, that paint that I draw with is so sticky. Like I don't know if you guys can hear it.
Yeah. Is that going to be a problem?
No, it's awesome.
That's
that paint where I don't know what I do with the marker.
Will it eventually dry? Totally? Or are you going to have to like varnish it? So you're going to have to put a pretty thick varnish.
Yeah. So the varnish will take it. Like it's dry. It just has that rubbery. It has like a rubbery sort of. But it's the stuff that I was drawing with on the other one. But it's this paint that I draw with. So the black lines are very sticky, and I can mix that actually with any color. But the black on here is sticky, so it's.
That's cool. Well, Barbara says it's Red Nose Day.
Is it?
I
like Patch Adams Day?
I don't know. I don't know what that day is.
Wow,
Help
that's interesting.
Know what that day is.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't know. Oh, speaking of Barbara and the people that are joining us, it makes me think of our friends, and so I just want to do a quick shout out.
Yes.
To all the people on Patreon: Ron, Kelly, Kristen, Krista, Linda, and Michelle. You guys are awesome. So,
Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
I really like this way. I keep looking away from the camera. Sorry, I cannot move anything in my studio.
I wonder how long it's going to be until
I don't know.
Fully get that.
I put it over here this time because I thought maybe, I don't know, just trying something different. Actually, I have it over here because I started doing this thing on Instagram. Today was the first one.
Yeah.
Where it's just like I'm going to do like a little morning talk, and it's just kind of fun. So, and then I'm putting it on YouTube, and I'll probably put it on Facebook as well. But it's
what is it called?
Coffee, Art, and One Yellow Dog.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's just it's going to be like a quick little thing in the morning where it's your daily affirmation. That's what it is. You're good enough, and you can do it.
From John Bramblett.
Yeah, no, it's mostly me trying to get started with a cup of coffee, and and just talking about art or little things that, they don't really merit maybe a whole show, like, an hour or something.
Yeah. Just
something that, like, maybe what I'm working on in the studio or...
Well, you only did this morning. I mean, I know this morning was kind of you were just trying it, but it's like less than 10 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah. This morning it was, and Instagram you're limited to like an hour or 50 minutes, something like that. So it'll never be longer than that. But most of them will be pretty short, I think. But just something kind of quick, and I don't really know what it's going to be. To be honest, I just thought it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
It'd be a great way to start the day, get the creative juices flowing. And I thought, if I get my creative juices flowing, maybe other people would be interested to, get their day.
Yeah, I want to say on top of that, for any artists that are listening out there that just want to, get the word out about their art and everything, there's a really great podcast called Art Marketing Podcast. And before you started doing the Instagram Live, I listened to one where the title of it was Instagram Live, Why You Should Be Doing It. Mm-hmm. And it was really interesting. So any artists out there, if you're curious about tips and tricks or anything, check out the Art Marketing Podcast. It's and I'll leave a link in the description on the YouTube part of the show. But
that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's really good. There's a lot of really good art marketing podcast type things out there. So
yeah, that's true. And this show, it's gonna be a little different. I know. And some people sent pictures that they did from the last show. Owen did, and Kim did.
Oh,
and I have those. I know, and I meant to put them up. And tonight's show probably isn't going to be quite as long either, guys. We want to look at the gnomes. We want to do this, but it's been kind of a weird week. And looking for a brush. I had.
Well, Barbara said Red Nose Day is a campaign with a mission to end child poverty by funding programs that keep children safe, healthy, and educated.
Really? Wow, that's awesome.
Through the power of entertainment, we bring people together to laugh and have fun, all while raising life-changing cash for the children that need it most. Since our debut in 2015, we have raised $200 million and have positively impacted over 25 million children in America and around the world. Wow. And there's a show on TV tonight to entertain, muse, and raise money.
Well, how cool is that?
That's cool. That's awesome. I didn't know that was a thing. And
thank you for sharing that, Barb.
Yes, thank you,
Barbara. That's really awesome. Yeah, and and today I know everybody knows I have epilepsy and all, but I had like some little seizures yesterday, and that's it's not something I usually talk about. I mean, I know I've talked about it before, and it's definitely no secret. I mean, good grief. It's in my book, it's in documentaries that were done about the artwork and all this sort of stuff. But I just mentioned it today because I know one thing that I'm asked. I know we were going to go talk maybe about some questions. And stuff too,
frequently asked questions.
One thing I'm asked quite a bit is like, what's harder to do with the epilepsy or the vision loss? And with the vision loss, you kind of adapt and you get used to it. And for me, at least, it's pretty stable. I mean, I don't, once you learn how to get around without eyesight, then you're pretty good. But with the epilepsy, you never know when it's going to hit, and it's really not that big a deal for me. It's, but I've learned how to deal with it. I've matured. I deal with it better now than when I was a kid. But like during it though, it takes you out. Like I was cooking dinner last night. I was having little seizures, like petit mal type. They just affect your thinking really, and a little bit. They make you really fuzzy and kind of get a headache. But like I would hear a hissing behind me. And I think, what is that? And it was the sink. Like I just turned the sink on, but I've forgotten, like a second later.
Yeah.
And I turn around, I turn the sink off, and I hear a hissing behind me. I'm like, what is that? Oh, it's the pan. It's the pan of cooking dinner. So I turn back around for that. And then I hear the hissing behind me again. I'm like, well, hold it. So it's just, it's little things like that, or they kind of disrupt your memory engrams and stuff. And like yesterday, I didn't get any painting done, which for me is crazy.
Yeah,
and, I did like an interview or something, and then
oh, that's right, you did that in the morning.
Yeah, and that was kind of it. Like I did other things during the day, but it kind of messes with your day. But I know a lot of people, especially adolescents and kids who have epilepsy. It's a hard thing to deal with, and I think a big reason is because it's a hidden disability. You can't see it, so somebody can have it, and children have a horrible time with it. And we're so lucky, like foundations like the Epilepsy Foundation, they have like what is it called, like a camp, epilepsy camp where children with epilepsy can go, and that's a life-changing thing for those kids because for the first time they're around other people who have epilepsy, and people will talk about it, and just the fact that people will talk about it can be life-changing because it's always been sort of a hidden thing for them.
Yeah. Well, Ron Captain's joined us. He says hello, guys.
Hey, Ron.
And also, Kylie Sykes has joined us and says hello.
Well, hey, Kylie.
Yeah, Barbara said you can buy a nose for the red nose thing at Walgreens or for $1, or they're selling digital red noses. And she said snakes when you said hiss. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, like, obviously I can't relate in the fact that I don't have any of those situations that John does, but I know from personal experience and, you know, being the person that's with somebody with epilepsy and blind and all that fun stuff, I mean, the epilepsy is far more scary to deal with. Like, because, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird to talk about it because I don't have to deal with actually having any of it. But the blindness is like something that it's there. It's, you know, you function regardless. But the epilepsy is scary because it's like an unknown. You know, it not only is it unknown when it's going to happen, or how bad the unknown is how bad is it going to be. You know, what do you do next? You know, if it escalates. You know, and so. Yeah, I'd take blindness any day than that. That's for sure.
Bless your heart too, sweetheart. And it's hard because with the epilepsy, when I was a kid, I wasn't very mature. when I was young, I was not mature. That took years. Imagine that. But I always felt like epilepsy was like this monster or a thief. You know, it was something that stole your time and would pop out. So instead of like living in the moment, you know, like, you know, where you appreciate the moment, you know, I live for the moment. So whenever I felt good, I would really try to rush, and I would do everything I could. I would work really hard. I'd visit friends. I wouldn't get much sleep. You know, I would try to cram as much as I could into those moments when I felt good. But then, of course, that just runs you down. And then when you get sick, you're much sicker, you know, and the seizures are much worse because, you know, your entire body is, you know, much worse, you know, and then, so over time, you learn how to deal with that a little bit better. So like yesterday, if I'm having seizures, even though I've got all these plans, there's things I want to do, you know, I try not to overdo. And Jacqi is really great about that because, you know, like, you know, with my painting, with everything, we've got a schedule. So, you know, we want to stay on schedule and want to, you know, do all this. But she's like, oh, you know, you should just relax, rest. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm good. And then next thing you know, I'm in the bed, asleep.
Well, I mean, and the other thing is, like, you really, I mean, you've said it yourself, you can't really paint when you're like that anyway, because you can't focus on the painting, and who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the paintings.
An eye will be like an inch lower. Who knows? I don't know.
I've done some paintings when I was post-ictal, even just right after some seizures, and those paintings are crazy.
Yeah, they are pretty wild.
They would sell really quick.
Yeah, they're almost like they're abstract almost.
Yeah.
I mean, you did one of like a dove or something, but it was like broken up and crazy. And
but what's weird though, at the time though, you would like I would swear that it was like legit, like it was a realistic painting of a dove, or, you know, and but it's all fractured and it's weird looking, and then, you know, and then later I'll go and feel like what the heck, you know, like this is not what I thought I painted.
Yeah. Well, Barbara said the understanding of epilepsy has come a long way since I was a child.
Really has, you know. I mean, like Van Gogh. I mean, if he had been born today, he would have had a very different life. You know,
that's for sure. Yeah,
it's just crazy.
And Kylie Sykes says, "I want to make sure you haven't forgotten to email me the quote for painting my puppy."
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I know. I need to write that down.
I know. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for reminding us. After that show, I ended up getting sick. Everything. I
know, usually after the show, we're like, potty break, got to fill the wine glass, and then eat.
Well, yeah,
we totally forget everything we just did.
Well, yeah, and then I end up, like, getting kind of sick, and not, you know, and then everything has sort of been a little nutty. But I'm so sorry. We'll do that right away. I really appreciate you reaching out.
Yeah,
like that.
Thanks.
And
I'll make sure he does it.
I sure didn't mean any disrespect. I'm really curious about your gnomes, by the way.
Well, okay, let me preface this before you show any pictures.
Okay, well, let me go over now. I'll put the
cool.
painting big way, and while you're talking about the gnomes, I'll paint away a little bit.
All right, cool. So for anybody that joined us a little bit later in the stream, John and I years and years and years ago bought rubber molds for a chess set for gnomes outside. So the gnomes, you'll see in a second, are about that tall. I mean, they're probably about 14 inches tall. And
Gnomes at war.
Yeah, and it's a whole set. I mean, some of the pawns and all that you have to do over and over and over again. But it's a whole set, and I wanted a big sort of backyard chess set of all gnomes. So we bought these years ago, and then they went in the storage, closet way in the back, and didn't touch them for the longest time. And ever since we've been stuck in the house, I was like, let's whip these out and get crazy and make ourselves a gnome chess set. I've never done casting. I've never done anything like that, and I never worked with cement, and I'm kind of, I'll be honest, I'm a little lazy. So when it kind of came down to it, I was like, I just want some easy stuff. And then I just like shoved it in a bucket, poured some water in it. I think I did all this wrong. So we're about to be witness to probably my failure of an attempt. But I'm not worried about it because I realize now I'm just going to have to do it again. So this was a test. So I took some pictures while doing the process so you guys can kind of see what I was doing. And then I have the gnomes here, or the two that I did, and I'm going to take the rubber mold off of them so you guys can see. And I am willing to bet that a part of them might crumble, so don't be disappointed.
Well, I think that's a great attitude to have, too. I mean, about it, because,
It's a learning curve, but
it is, and it's all for fun. I mean,
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's, cool. It's fun.
Should I show the first picture?
Yeah, we'll go through these kind of fast, because I just showed,
Here. I think I messed something up.
Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, that's good.
Is it on it?
Yeah. So you can see in this photo that's the gnome mold. It doesn't have as much detail on the outside because it's the outside of the rubber mold. And then I used heavy strength Quikrete, and I had a bucket and I had sand to in that box to hold them straight up and down. And I watched a YouTube video, and the guy was like, heavy strength Quikrete is the only Quikrete that I would recommend to do this. Well, I'm not terribly pleased with what I got, so I'm probably going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure a different thing out for this, but you can go to the next picture. This is going to be a hot mess. Okay, this stuff you should not apparently forget to put some mold release spray in your molds. I didn't forget. Luckily, I watched a YouTube video or 4 or 5. I'm actually kind of curious, though, because what was weird is when I sprayed this, and you may know more because this is your stuff, John. Wow. When I sprayed this into the mold, it was almost like a mist. It wasn't a mist. In fact, it was almost like steam. It was like fumey.
Oh, yeah. It's like a silicone sort of stuff, I think.
Well, also, if you do rubber molds, there's some mold release you don't want to do on rubber, and I looked this up, and it said I could, and it wouldn't deteriorate the rubber, so I hope I did that right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this stuff was the mold release. Don't forget that. And then this was the hot mess that was going on. I think part of my problem is I put, and you're going to laugh at this, I just poured basically the Quikrete, almost the entire bag, in the bucket, and then I just put the hose of water in it. Mm. Well, it was next to impossible to stir, and we don't have a concrete, power stirrer. So I was in there with a paint stick, just desperately trying to.
That's funny. I was in the studio when our son Jack came in here and he said, "Mom needs a paintbrush." And I was like, "A paintbrush? What does she need a paintbrush for?" And he's like, "She's got to stir concrete." And I was like, "With a paintbrush?" I was like, "Here, let me get you something a little better."
Oh man, bad.
So it's a good thing you would have had a tiny little brush to try.
Well, it was ridiculous, because it gets so. I don't know. Apparently what you need to do is pour a little bit of the Quikrete in, then water stir, more yeah. So the whole bottom, I ruined that bucket. That bucket is a wash. It's done the trash. But the bottom 2 inches of that bucket is still probably just dry concrete powder because I couldn't even stir to get to it. So
There you go.
Then that leads basically to me pouring this stuff in the molds, and because it was so watery on top, there's just too much water in the concrete. So I don't know what I'm doing.
No, it's great though. Ridiculous. That's a perfect place to be, though, isn't it?
So
just think about everything you've learned.
Well, whatever. It's might have been easier if I had followed it very specifically in directions, but
would it be as much fun?
Yeah. So in this picture is just like a layer, probably half an inch thick of just water, and John came out later after it had been out there for hours, and he puts his finger and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's too much water."
I've never seen concrete soup before. You invented something, sweetheart.
Yeah. So I poured the water off and let it cure another, probably 18 hours or whatever. So now I have the molds here that I was going to pull out. Now I will say that I'll hold it up to the camera, but I know that, like, you can tell it's just crumbling on the edges. So I knew right away I was going to have to redo this because the mold itself should have a base, like a good half-inch base. So,
I think here, let me put it all on you.
Oh, great. Okay. And I backed up the camera, so. All right, so here's the box. That was another thing. I was really lazy about the whole, like, propping this thing up, and I didn't think about it until I was almost, like, to the point of pouring, and you need it straight up and down so that the bottom is level.
Oh,
and so I was while doing this, desperately trying to, like, fill sand in so that it would get level.
Oh yeah, it's one of the hard things about all this, like, casting. It's all the little stuff that that takes up so much time, and that you don't even. It's not the fun part, It's the.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try not to make such a mess.
So which character is this? Like, from this chess set?
This is the king.
Oh, the king. Oh.
Okay, so you can see, like, I'm holding it. Oh, this thing is heavy. I'm holding it up to the camera, and it's just crumbling because there was way too much water in that concrete. So
you want some paper or something to put on your?
No.
You sure? Because it could be liquid.
No, you think?
I mean.
Nah, we're good. We're good. Ooh, it's sand at the bottom. His hat is not even hard. Okay. Well, it's gonna have to. It's mixed wrong anyway, so I'm gonna have to take it out. But yeah, it's. Oh, this is.
Gnome-Ageddon.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Dun-dun-dun. And maybe if it's partly cast, but not all, it'll just look eroded or something.
There you go.
Maybe it'll come out and look perfect.
Its legs fell off.
Oh well, maybe it won't look perfect. All right. Well, we'll just carve.
Got cute little legs.
Oh, we'll just carve a little wheelchair for him. So far he's redeemable. What?
It's getting. I don't know. This is kind of getting this guy out of here might be kind of questionable. You got to really. I don't know.
I think it's supposed to be like harder, so you can usually. I don't know. Like, well.
It smells weird.
All right. What does it smell like?
Oh, kind of chemically. Oh no, I don't want to ruin it.
What does a dead gnome smell like?
Oh my god. I don't know if I can get. Okay, I gotta get some leverage here.
Oh boy.
I don't know if I can do this.
I hear a lot of struggling over there. Wish I had some dramatic music to cue up. I think flashbacks of when you were giving birth to Jack.
Oh, what?
Get out of there! It wasn't the way it was, but.
Oh my gosh, I may need your help. I don't know if I can't get it past his butt.
Oh, he's got a booty, huh? Here.
All right.
Let me see. Oh, I found your white box. Okay.
All right.
Let's see here.
It's right here.
Oh boy.
Yeah. See, it's like.
Wait. Is it hard? It's kind of hard.
Oh yeah.
Wow, this might be in there now.
No.
This might be where it lives.
I don't think you can squeeze it out.
Well.
Here, you hold it up and you hold it up. Hold it like that. Okay. Hold it down here.
Okay.
And then let me try to get it.
Oh. I don't know. Is that the way it's supposed to do
I think so. You should be able to just pull these off.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Oh, wait, hold it. One
Oh, you got it?
Maybe. This isn't. It's just gonna crumble apart. We should probably do this outside. It's not gonna come out. I mean, I think maybe we're gonna have to break it apart.
Yeah, I bet you're right. Okay, let me look at the queen. I think this is the queen. Oh, she might be a little easier to get out. Let me try. But she's probably broken. Let's try it.
Okay. I'll go back to my station.
Okay. All right. So this one's the queen.
Oh, this ran to the.
Can't.
This ran to the easel.
Not getting the king out. In fact, I got to break him apart, I think.
Oh.
Sorry about that. There's concrete everywhere.
The king is.
We should have filmed this out.
King. The queen. Let's see.
Okay. All right. She's a little easier. She doesn't have a big butt like he does.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, she's gonna break.
Come on, Queenie. You can do it.
She's broken half.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Well,
See, this is part of the problem with this concrete, and I'll hold it up to the thing. It's got all this, like, gravel rock in it,
mm-hmm.
and I don't like that.
I don't think she likes it much either.
There's, like, when I was looking at a lot of videos, there was stuff called cement all, and that was, like, a really fine concrete. And this is ridiculous.
Curious, though, if you can get her face to come out, that would be really cool. You know, if you could
face, I mean, she's probably going to crumble because as it gets further in, it gets crazier.
You know, maybe if you left it like that, maybe that part would harden more.
It's a wash. I got to clean these out and redo it.
You have to get a concrete Mac over there, I think. Did she come out?
Oh, there's her face.
Oh, you got a face? Oh, you should save that. And just see if it hardens.
Put it on a spike right next to the entire set.
Wow.
That's kind of cute. It'll be cute when it's correct.
Hey, can you hold that back up to the camera again and smile? Smile. Are you smiling at the camera? Mm-hmm. Cool. Thumbnail.
Great. Anyway.
Armageddon. I know you holding the head of the queen.
Yeah. Really.
Oh.
Okay. Well, somehow we're gonna have to get the king out. I'm gonna have to wash these. That's a mess.
Wow. Well, you know.
Anyway, there you have it.
Congrats.
So I guess I'm gonna.
Was that the white set or the black set?
It doesn't. They're.
Oh, I was just thinking maybe you're really on the other team or something. It's like, they already took out their king and queen before the game even started.
I think once they're done and hard, I'm gonna paint one set maybe like purple and green, and the other set maybe like yellow and blue. I don't know.
You could do a blue and silver.
Yeah.
One,
oh yeah, you had
Cowboys.
Cowboys, no. Anyway, that's crazy. Now now my area is a complete mess. Let me see if there's any comments.
I'm sure it's all positive.
Let's see what we got here.
I can't believe what you're doing to those poor little gnomes.
No, it's terrible. Okay, I'm gonna go through some comments. There's quite a few. Maureen says that's such a cool idea. The chess set of gnomes, love it. She didn't like it so much. Kylie said, I used to have grand mal seizures, but I'm happy to say I'm on the minimal dose of medication and haven't had one for years.
That's awesome. That's really good. Yeah,
you did medication, but you just...
Yeah, I did for the longest. And,
yeah.
But we're in a... But I used to have grand mal or tonic-clonic, a lot, like a whole lot when I was a kid, and then later on. But fortunately, though, not as much anymore. And
yeah, you haven't had a grand mal in a really long time.
Yeah.
But man, I remember when we were first dating, and you used to have some bad ones that were you called the paramedics a little bit. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But you haven't had one of those in, I can't remember how long.
Yeah. Fortunately, and so that's awesome.
Yay. Yeah. Sean Keene says good evening, and Ken says howdy.
Well, good evening and howdy.
Tiffany says good evening to you both. Maureen found my gnome situation hilarious. She's cracking up over there. Ken's watching and learning. Good from my mistakes. That's good.
Gnome over there.
Tiffany said, "Oh my goodness, LOL, I'm guilty of the same thing. I tried to do angel wings."
Oh.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, bummer, Maureen says.
To get some angel wings to some of those gnomes.
And Ken said, "It's a process to perfection. Keep going."
Oh, thank you, Ken. Man, so yeah, we'll definitely have to do this again. I was asking you before we started streaming if you were going to do it this weekend, but
yeah,
it's supposed to be kind of stormy this weekend, so
yeah.
it'd be a bad weekend to do that. But we'll definitely have to do some more, and then you can see the progress. Because I know you'll get it perfected. You'll be amazing at it. Yeah, we'll have to do like a part 2, the gnoming or something. I don't know.
And Kathy Turner's joined us. It says, "Kudos for trying. It's so good to see you on here."
Oh, thank you.
I used to work with Kathy at UNT.
Oh, that's awesome.
A long time ago. Well, a long time in theory. I guess it was not long ago. And Barbara said it's gonna definitely be better than Geraldo.
Awesome. I was thinking like when Geraldo opened Al Capone's vault. Is that you think? Or just the show?
I would assume opening the vault.
Yeah. He had a mustache.
I have such a weird memory about that show. That particular show.
Oh.
What's funny, I remember, this is off top, well, this is weird, but I remember when I was little and that show was going to air, and it was a big deal. I mean, a big deal. And my mom loved watching Geraldo. And I remember that night specifically. I have a really bad childhood memory, but one of my favorite dishes, and this is going to sound disgusting for anybody out there, but one of my favorite kid dishes, and I still like it a lot, but I never eat it.
Go ahead.
It's fish sticks,
yeah,
like
it is that one.
Like the freezer, just cheap fish sticks brand, whatever, on a bed of rice with like cheese sauce from a can poured on top of it. And it was like my favorite dish as a kid growing up, outside of Cincinnati chili, which nothing tops that. But my mom it was like my dad was out of town and my mom and I were going to watch the show and we were all pumped and everything, and she made us the dish and I was like stoked. And then he opened the vault and there was nothing in it and we were both like, what?
Oh.
Anyway, so weird.
I ought to make that for you sometime. But yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Well, it is like it's like worse than a college student's diet.
Well,
like it's just,
for birthday or for something where your thought like I was in the hospital when I saw that. I remember because I remember staying up late like because or something like there was something about it, and we were all watching, and the nurses like kept coming in and they were like and then they were like
That's funny. That's funny. Well, Barbara said my dad's cousin was locked in the attic her entire life, but she left a legacy of art and poetry that was so tragic. Oh, I bet because of epilepsy, I think. Because she made that comment a little bit ago. That's terrible.
Goodness. Wow.
Sounds like an interesting collection of art and poetry, though.
Yeah, gosh.
Sean Keene asked, how did you and John meet?
Do
you want to tell the story?
I'll tell the tale.
Dun, dun, dun.
We both met in college, and you had just
graduated. Yeah.
Thank you. Graduated college, and but Jacqi worked at the newspaper, so she worked. She was the editor in the newspaper and all, and did different things when she was in school, and then the newspaper hired her, and then whenever she graduated to be a part of the official, like the what do you call it, faculty staff, like to help teach students, and at the end of every semester they have like a dead party, and where it's like it's the last issue of the newspaper, and they're like, yay, we're done, and
it's a college rager.
And a mutual friend of ours, Brooke, invited me over there to meet someone else. I think it was the editor that semester or something, but it was over at Jacqi's apartment, and I remember being over there, and there was this girl there, and she was just so nice, so incredible, so sweet to everyone, handing out wine, and measuring cups and little
was
bowls because there
college.
wasn't
It
enough
was
cups to go
college.
around.
It was college.
I was like, she's like, would you like a drink? I was like, sure. Here's a quarter cup, measuring cup. That you can, thank you. This way I know precisely what I'm drinking.
Quite a few people there, and I had run out of cups, and we're in college.
Yeah,
so.
but she was so sweet, and I remember and so nice, so beautiful. I loved her voice, and she had started painting, and it was funny though, because it was like this little window because Jacqi doesn't really paint. And it's not what she went to college for. It wasn't really a hobby. But then she was in this window where she started to do these paintings. They were these really thick, textured sort of paintings, and I was able to touch them. And I thought, oh, this is so interesting. This is so cool. And I thought, man, I mean, she was so friendly, so amazing. I thought, if I had a friend like that, that would say a lot of nice things about me. So
you're sweet.
And she lived really close to me, and I was painting a lot, of course, at the time, and I always try to hang out with friends and stuff, but but friends would call and they'd say like, hey, we're gonna get a burger or something, and do you want to hang out? And I was like, no, I'm kind of busy. And they're like, Jacqi's gonna be there. I'm like, all right, I'll be right down. So I'll meet you there. So I'd walk down, and the place where I lived was really nice because it was so close to.
Yeah, you were 2 blocks over, like.
Yeah, just
it was awesome.
Could walk 2 blocks over to Jacqi's place. Could walk like a block or two, and you're all these places to get a drink or a hamburger or whatever. So it's kind of nice. So friends would often, like, if they were going to drive and they were going to have like an evening out, they might park at my place and then walk there, and then so evenings usually ended at my place quite a bit. And that was nice.
Yeah. You had a really fun apartment. I mean, because John lived it. Well, and I both did. In Denton, it's really cool because some of the really old houses next to the college have been converted to multiple apartments, and so at the time, both of us lived in an apartment inside one of these old houses. So he lived in the back garage part that had been converted to like a 2-bedroom apartment, like sort of a 2-bedroom. It was really weird. But and then I
converted
lived
into one big painting studio where I slept in the closet.
Yeah.
That way to give more room for the painting. So both bedrooms, the living room, everything was painting areas.
I know. And when I moved in with him,
and my bed was the closet.
we changed that.
He was like, that's not working.
I'm not sleeping in the closet.
I was like, but get all this room we have to paint.
No. So, but no, it was cool. And so we both lived in older houses that had been converted, and they were just literally like 2 blocks from each other. And I remember after we were dating for, probably like a year or two, or maybe just a year or so, for one holiday or something, I got us walkie-talkies. And so that was really cool because instead of calling, which I know it's easy and everything's, it was fun because we just had walkie-talkies constantly, and we weren't living together at the time, so we'd be on walkie-talkies all night, like watching TV together and stuff. That was a lot of fun.
Walkie-talkies are awesome. I thought it was a funny gift because like I get the gift from her, and it's not like a pair of walkie-talkies. It's just one walkie-talkie. And I think like,
you get one walkie. You
thank
cannot
you.
talk to
She's
anybody
like, I'll
else.
keep the other one, and we'll chat. I'm like, totally got a cell phone, like it's high tech, but that was so cool though, because if you're gonna call somebody, you usually have a conversation, this and that, but the walkie-talkie, you're like, hey, turn over to channel 49 or whatever, and we watch these terrible old
Nick at Night. We watched tons of Nick at Night.
Yeah, and it was so cool, and we just laugh, and it was awesome. But from the time we first met, we started dating like 2 weeks later, and then been together ever since, and that was
bliss.
Yeah, we dated for like 4 years, and before we got married, and so I've been together about 17 years. I think.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's been a while.
17 years.
So Kylie says, that sounds yummy, talking about my fish stick dish.
Don't encourage her, Kylie.
No, you said you were going to make it for me now.
I will make it for you.
You want me to make it for you for your birthday on Saturday?
I can make it for you.
You're like, no, I don't want to.
No, I totally. Jack would love it, though. Well, except he's not so big about rice.
Or rice. See, no.
He likes the fish sticks.
Yeah.
He'll just eat the fish sticks out of it.
Well, that's another thing. John goes when we're not shelter in place. John goes out of town quite a bit for talks and different things, and I would stay home with Jack. and I don't like to cook. Like, I hate cooking. So it was like, Jack would get excited and be like, yeah, Dad's going to town. We're going to eat fish sticks for days. And I was like, that's right.
Taco Bell and fish sticks.
Whatever, man. I introduced you to my cooking early on, so you knew what you were getting into.
I love to cook, though. So
yeah, thank goodness.
It's kind of a nice thing with, like, I'm in the studio a lot on the average day, and then it's kind of nice to be able to do something with the family, and make that. But I'll need to make that for you.
Yeah.
I mean, because I make dishes that you like. Like, I don't really like tikka masala.
Yeah.
But I'll make that for you.
Yeah.
Well, actually, last time I made half of it. You finished it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'll make something else for Jack and I,
Oh, Ken says, referring back to our parties in your apartment specifically, Pops Carter came to that converted place once. Was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Pops Carter is a fairly famous blues musician that passed away a number of years ago, but he was notorious at showing up at college parties. I mean, he had to have been like 85, 90.
Yeah.
But he partied like a rock star, and he would show up at the most random college parties. And Denton's not a huge town, so I mean, he made his rounds.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, he was great. I did a painting of him, and during the sitting, I met him like at a biker bar.
Oh yeah,
and
Mothers. That's right.
And with him and his like 2 pit bulls and his crazy people.
Mm-hmm.
Or girlfriend.
Yeah.
But it was funny though. Because, like, at a party, like, if you were at a college party, it was, like, 3 or 4 in the morning, you could almost expect Pops Carter to wander in.
And everybody...
I mean, very, very often. Not all the time, but, I mean, if it was a big party, very often, there would be Pops.
Yeah. It was...
It
was a party back in the day.
He was special.
Kathy said, what a great couple. I remember when you got married. Oh, happy day.
Oh.
Thanks.
Thank you. It was definitely a happy day for me. And
blissful for me.
No. And our Star Trek reception.
Sean says, one last question. How old are you? I am 45 and Mindy is 30. LOL, I'm guessing 40. My husband loves fish sticks with buttered macaroni, is Maureen Clark saying that. Buttered macaroni with fish sticks? Whoa.
you might have a new favorite, huh? Or a contender.
Well, because Jack likes buttered noodles.
Oh. Well,
we may just have to like make some adjustments to this dish.
This might be his gateway into your dish,
Cheese sauce.
You know what would be fun to do is a cook-off. Like a disgusting fish stick cook-off. I'm not a big...
I like how you're selling it.
Yeah, it's just like... I'm not a big fan of fish sticks, but I am a fan of fun. So that's...
I am a fan of fun. Well, okay. Are you just going to skip right over that? How old are you? You're like, never came up.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. I've got a Bluetooth in my ear. I can't only hear the computer. Can't hear any gibberish you guys are spouting over there. No, I'm 48, and I'll be 49 this Saturday. Which is ridiculous.
I know. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
And... I'm apparent. I've also got my stay at home
shelter in place.
No, this shelter in place.
Yes.
I've got my shelter in place hairdo going.
Your coif.
My a special coif.
Well, and I find this slightly unfair because John looks like a child compared to me. I feel like he's because I
act like a child.
He's gonna be one of those people that ages very well.
I don't want to eat fish sticks. It's just like...
So I'm fortunate in that he'll age well.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
That works out for me.
Well, you're gorgeous. You're. I mean, I don't know if I ever saw you with my eyes, but you're still.
I look like I don't know. I get compared. I forget her name. I look like this is the you know how everybody gets compared to celebrities, like everybody has their celebrity. The blonde woman from 90210, I forget her name.
Shannon? Something?
No, that was the dark hair.
I never saw the show. I mean, I've heard about it, of course, but I never saw it.
A lot of people would say, and back in the day, I looked like her.
Oh.
But.
Awesome.
All you need to know is I'm hot.
Well, this I do know. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I look like Brad Pitt from Fight Club. But
Oh, you do, baby. You do. You do.
Especially the abs. I'm sure.
Yeah. Yes. The abs.
So, I should say, like over here, where's the puppy? The puppy. So on that, I haven't really painted the eyes right now. His eyes are still black. And I just watched Jaws again last night. But it makes me think of that because right now he's got lifeless eyes, like a doll's eyes. No, what was the thing? Lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny sitting next to John while he's watching this as he's quoting it like right before they'll say everything, and I'm like, oh god.
I haven't seen it in so long.
He sat through the Meg last night. And that's more I like anything that's obnoxiously over the top. So the Meg is basically a shark that's Jason Statham's fighting, and both are fun to look at. So
my favorite thing about Jason Statham is that he's bald.
Yeah.
But he pulls it off. He's like he's like the Picard, like he makes it look cool. And I don't know, like I have my hair so far, everything feels okay.
Yeah.
But like my grandfather had like great hair, and then suddenly it's gone. It was like a hair explosion, and
you wake up.
The casualties were enormous, and so I don't know. One day, so the fact that of course he works out too.
Well, yeah, he's got to keep up that buff bod. Brooke joined us and says, "Hi, friends."
Hey, Brooke.
And Barbara said, "This is why I love you tuning into you. You are a hoot."
Oh, and before, whenever you were asking, we said that it was Brooke that introduced us. This is the Brooke.
Oh yes, this is the Brooke. And Andy said...
Andy's on there?
Yeah, Andy's joined us, and he said, Eliza, I forget her last name. Eliza the comedian, that's you. That me.
Oh, yeah, Schwarzkopf. No, not Schwarzkopf.
I can't remember her full name. And I'm probably mispronouncing her first name, but she's a comedian on Netflix right now. She's actually got like a skit show that I haven't tuned in yet that looks hilarious. But she's a real animated comedian, like does a lot of like physical comedy. And Andy, we went and visited Andy months ago, and he was like, "You've got to watch this. This is you." And she's a little wacky. I saw some resemblance.
What's her last name? She has the same last name as
I don't remember.
Is a psychologist on the radio, like her name, like she was like a sex psychologist.
I have no idea.
Someone, and I don't think she's around anymore, but
well, I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
Not the lady with the tax crazy.
Dr. Ruth or whatever her name.
Yeah, Dr. Ruth. It wasn't her. It was a radio lady.
I don't know.
I can't name her name.
Oh, Schlesinger. Andy just wrote, "Looks like you, acts like you, attitude like you."
Yes. So much. So true.
What's funny about this is that night we went over there, and he's like, "This is you. Watch this skit." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's funny. She's hilarious." And thanks. I'll take it. And then the next morning we were running a 5K, and I walk out of the bedroom, and I've got this like bright iridescent green leotard on with like ridiculous things, and I'm like, "Let's go run this." And he's like, "Oh." So I was like, "Well, keeping it interesting." So
you and Sam both are awesome about that,
Yeah, Sam was dressed up too. That was awesome.
You guys both dress up for the runs.
Well, she takes the cake. Like, she's won awards for dressing up for 5Ks. So
wow,
kudos to her.
Man.
Full, and she'll we went and did one, and it was hot, and she wore like a onesie, and I was like, "Dang, girl,
wow.
You're dedicated." I'm not doing that. So. Belinda Scott Richardson joins us. Says, "Hello, cousin. Been a long time since we were together. Really enjoying this watch party."
Oh, thank you so much for watching. It's so awesome. Thanks so much for joining. That's brilliant. It's one of the wonderful things I think about this, even though with all this residencing at home.
Shelter in place.
Shelter in place.
I swear.
I don't know about this. I don't know. I mean, even though everybody's having to stay at home more, it's kind of cool, being able to hang out like this.
Yeah.
Do that. Pretty awesome.
Andy said, he was commenting on Not Dr. Ruth, and Barbara Brand says, Eliza Schlesinger, you look a lot like her.
You act a lot like her. Like you're funny like that.
Oh, thanks. Man, I'll take it. She's hilarious. I love it. And Brooke says, our foam run with Jack was the best. If only we actually ran it. Yes. Yeah, that was a mess. That one was kind of weird because at the foam runs, you get real wet and kind of sticky because it's all foam. But it is, you got colored, you get, all over you. I think it was like partly like neon or something. I don't remember. And, but then it was like cold. So you're like wet and sticky. And Jack was with us and he was probably like, this was probably 3 years ago. And at that point it was like, he's not going to want to run the entire thing. So
didn't you guys like also like Brooke and you guys didn't y'all do a color run and then with like the color powder and
oh yeah, well we volunteered for roller derby. We had to volunteer for the color run and we were the ones throwing the colored powder on people. But
you guys got pretty covered.
Oh, we were covered. We were like rolling in it because it's just where you have a station and you throw it on people, but that whole area gets covered in it. So we were like, it was crazy. It was fun. Scott Thornhill says, I joined just in time to hear about Dr. Ruth and green leotards. I'm not sure if I'm in the right place. Well, you're in the right place.
You are in the right place, but you might have missed the
explanation.
Torture of the gnomes a little earlier.
Yeah. This is all that's left of my queen.
Yeah, and it wasn't real torture, I should say. So we're not specious that way. We're not against gnomes.
Yeah.
But that's the first try at making a gnome chess set. It won't be the last try.
They're heavy. Yeah, I mean
it's all the regret. The disappointment that lies heavy on her brow tonight.
It's a shame. The mold, I think, is once I get this like the mix right, I think the mold is really cool because like I don't know if you guys can see, but she's even got like a little indent in her eye so that shadow goes in there, and so it looks like it's pretty detailed.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's real.
I wish she doesn't have lifeless eyes, dark eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Like a doll's eyes. No, this will be cool. I'm going to put her head on a spear, though, so that everybody gets in line. Bam.
Man.
All the other gnomes. Yeah. What's up?
Maybe that's the trophy. Whoever wins the chess game gets to keep the head until...
There you go. I know John suggested I do it in plaster, but they're going to live outside, and I guess we could coat them in resin. At that point, I was like, I'm going to figure the cement thing out. I mean, you watch the YouTube videos, and apparently, like, they're really cool and super detailed once you get it right, so.
Yeah. And
then I'm going to have Jack paint them, or at least paint one of the teams.
That's going to be awesome. It's going to be really cool, sweetheart.
Brooke said, yeppers about the run. It was so much fun, and rolling in colored powder. Blast. Dennis said, my beer just foamed up because I'm at the bottom of the keg. Oh, that's
hey, Dennis.
Terrible.
That's what I want for my birthday.
Dennis to come over and serve you beers?
Yeah, exactly. only if he's wearing a green leotard.
Hey, I got a green leotard. He can put it on.
True.
What's up, Dennis? If we had a keg, he would be the first person at the door.
Well, we have a bar with a kegerator. We just don't have the keg. No, I don't really need that. I need to...
Is that what you were saying, though? You want a keg?
Yeah.
For the kegerator?
Yeah, but I don't know. Gosh, I need to lose weight, not gain kegs.
You just got to put your calories in different places.
Well, put them in a keg.
Exactly. Not in pizza, not in fish stick buttery noodles.
It is sad that when somebody comes over and they're like... Oh, you gotta, is that a beer spigot? Because you're in your bar, like, yes, but it's empty. And they regret, they're always like, oh, sorry.
Well, Dennis said, I'd do it, LOL. He's game.
Nice.
We might just hold you to it.
That's why Dennis is awesome. Oh, on the fantasy football, we have to start having some sort of repercussion. So for the party, like whoever comes in last has to do something. The green leotard would have been perfect.
It would have been.
But man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Next year.
Dennis said, "Green makes my eyes look so pretty."
Yes. Oh my goodness. have no response.
Well, we'll just have to. Maybe we can. Yeah, the green leotard as like the consequences for coming in last in fantasy football, and
yeah, I'll have to do a portrait of Dennis wearing the green leotard. I'll have to make sure I make his eyes sparkle. It'll be a gift for Andy for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
This is one true love.
Yikes!
It's okay. I think Sam and Mare, if you know all this, it's not a.
Oh, it's not a secret. No, they're inseparable. Well, one knows so much about beer and the other likes drinking it, and you don't know who's who at any given moment.
That's true.
So
that is true. Speaking of, like, I thought it'd be fun to do a show because we want to do some shows about art of different things, not just like painting. But I thought it'd be interesting to do the art of beer, and the making and all that. And Dennis knows more about that than anybody that I've ever met, and Andy is like a close second, I think. And so it'd be cool, like, if we could zoom in or do something like, like a live show about that. And because Dennis, like, it's so funny, like, if you're somewhere and you bring a beer, like, I've stopped trying to bring like fancy beers or anything.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's just no way. Like, the last time I did, it was like, I was like, here's one you've never heard of. And Dennis was like, oh yeah, like, I don't know, like, he named the guy's kids or something, like the brewmaster. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm defeated. I give up. This is it.
I know, and he finds things like are hard to find, whereas like when we show up to a party with some interesting beer, it's like the odd section of like Kroger, it's like, we just, the weird craft section that's got maybe, whereas they're digging in some weird craft, hidden, who knows store.
Yeah, I mean, they have people that will call, like, we just got this in, we can only sell 12, true. Or we only sell 6, and
yeah, that's,
and Dennis is like, I'm on it. Like, and he's like, driving.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But so anyway, but I think that would be. We did a wine one, and I want to do more wine. It would be fun to actually talk to some people that actually know a lot about wine. But the beer one would be really cool.
It would be. Lisa Mallory joins us, says, "Hey guys, good to see you." Hey.
Well, hey, thanks so much for joining.
And Dennis said, I have to do the Walk of Shame Game of Thrones style. No, have to do, not him. The person that gets last in fantasy football.
Oh man.
And Andy said, "You got to know people, man. That's just it. I guess to get the good stuff, the good craft beer."
Yeah, but people.
But we know them, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then Brooke asked, "Did John get to see the video I showed you earlier?" I have not shown him the video yet.
What's the video of?
A teacher that she teaches with was on the news earlier today. Because he does art, and he was capturing like some life in quarantine stuff, and got some popularity on TikTok, and his work is really cool, and so
that's awesome.
Yeah, but he's a biology teacher, and then he's going to be an art teacher next year, so very cool.
Well, that's cool, and that one show that that I'm going to be on that I can't talk about apparently.
It's airing tonight.
Yeah, tonight. And
okay. Yeah.
But I can't say anything, which is ridiculous.
It is weird.
Until after it airs, and then who cares?
I don't think you have to wait till after it airs. I don't know how that is, because
I'm supposed to wait until after my episode airs.
I know.
But they don't know when that episode's going to be, or
Can we say what show it is?
I don't know.
Well, there's a show that's airing tonight. It's just a regular show.
Yeah, I think we can say the show, right? It's a new season. So surely they're going to show like little clips and things.
I guess.
Or maybe they won't.
I don't know. Anyway, John won't be on tonight because I know that they said it was going to be later in the season.
Oh,
so
really?
I think I think they said it was going to be closer to like July.
Oh, okay.
So, but the show airs tonight. Its first show for the season airs tonight. So, I don't know. I'll look at the emails and see what we're allowed to say, and then we can share it. Because I want to say that. Once we figure out which show you're on, we can be like, "Hey, everybody, watch this."
I don't think you can.
Really?
Yeah, that's what's so weird.
No, I don't know. That is weird.
But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I just happened to I saw that email and then it made me think. Like, well, that's terrible marketing for them. I mean, for me, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not it's not my gig or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just kind of a weird thing. It was odd, but But it's weird to say that, like, that anybody that goes on the show, you're not allowed to talk about it until after it airs. It's like, well, that's the wrong time to do it.
Yeah, I'll look at the email because I could have swore it was like you could talk about it, but you couldn't say certain things. I don't remember. Anyway, Andy said, "Oh, that's sweet."
About what?
I don't know. It was probably them knowing good things about beer, I guess. Let's go.
I think it's about the painting of Dennis with the glinting eyes and yeah. I would imagine Andy's already clearing off a little space over his mantle for it. Getting it all prepared and ready for it. Getting the lights adjusted.
Yes, a fancy golden frame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dennis said, yeah, it's a problem if beer stores answer your messages at midnight to let you know that they have an ultra rare beer. Maybe we spend too much money on beer, LOL. You think? I'm pretty sure Murphy might have issues with the fact that he's got like multiple fridges that only hold beer.
Yeah, they're all full. He's a collector. Serious collector.
Brooke says, don't they want ratings about
exactly,
the show?
it's what I would think. Like, I guess, I don't know.
It has something to do with, like...
To be honest, I'm not going to pull in any rating.
It's a game show.
But still,
about
in theory.
A person. So part of, like, answering the game show aspect of it is knowing that John's on it. So it's weird. That's totally cryptic. But there you have it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a game show, so it's part of the game. Is like, yeah.
Barbara sent over a link, says, check this out, beer for clowns by clowns. Ooh. And she sent a link, so we'll have to check that out. I don't
by clowns. I was wondering.
Scary.
That answers an important question. I was wondering what happened to clowns whenever Ringling Brothers closed, because I know they had the clown college.
Yeah.
I thought, what are these clowns going to be doing? Apparently, they're making beer now.
Making beer.
You know what? That may be the only way that they can sway the public's attitude towards clowns. Right now, people don't like clowns. And people started thinking about clowns. Clowns bring the alcohol, like, oh.
Yeah, but then you got the kids market. That might be bad PR for the kids market. You don't want them bringing beer to the kids parties. Okay,
see, and just that quickly, clowns have fallen again. And then they're back in their rightful awkward place.
They should just stick to scary movies.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Well, it is 9:07. I'm surprised you're not running to the bathroom.
Yeah, I know. This was going to be a little bit of a shorter one, guys, but we just enjoyed chatting so much, and this has been so much fun.
Well, let me go through, because I was checking we have comments going on two screens, and I wanted to say really fast, Kylie asked how Echo's doing. Thank you for asking, and Echo's doing good. She's doing the same, so she's basically getting up, tired, but she's doing her thing. She's walking in front of me right now.
I don't know if you can hear her on the mic, but she's breathing heavy. But she's actually after that night when we thought it was going to be that. I mean, because normally she stopped eating and she couldn't get up, and I thought, oh, this is it. I've never had a dog that did that and it ended up well. And but then she it took her about a day. We were giving her things to eat, trying to entice her, and
now she's back to
normal. And then she's back to where she was. Well, she's still no spring chicken, but she's able to get up and she's wandering around. She's her tail wag. She's so she's not in too much pain where she's not enjoying life and all that. So so everything's good. Knock on wood.
And then Sean asked, "What is the current picture?"
Oh, good question, Sean. It is. It's one that I was working on the other day, and but it's for the Texrail in Fort Worth, and there's on the right hand. Actually, it's two paintings I'm working on right now. So anybody that's looking at this, it's one large canvas, but it's going to be cut down the middle, and they're strange. They're strange paintings. So whenever they're displayed, the actual image that's going to be put up is going to be 5 feet tall by 3 feet wide. So it's a weird sort of proportion. On the left-hand side, there's this girl. Her face is a portrait. It's a side view, a profile view, and it's coming from the right side of the canvas, and she's blowing on a giant dandelion ball. So it's just this big puff, like a big cotton ball almost. She's going to blow on it, and there's going to be these dandelion seeds are going to be floating all around. There's a couple of butterflies that are up flying in the air. And the dandelion seeds are actually going to go throughout all the other paintings as well. So to kind of tie them together and some butterflies. The painting on the right hand side of this canvas is of my guide dog Eagle, and it's a side view, but she's looking off the other way. So her bottom is towards the left side of the canvas, her face is towards the right, and she's wearing her harness. And for Texas, the harness is yellow, so she's got that on. And down at her feet is a guide dog pup, and he's kind of inside there's a full grown harness, but he's sort of in it a little bit. So he's going to grow into it. The colors on both the paintings are kind of similar. There's lots of yellows, oranges, greens, a little bit of green, blues, a little bit of blue is tinting, but mostly a lot of deep yellows and oranges. Yeah,
and the subjects and then the background is almost like a light solid blue.
Yeah, a very kind of a wispy sort of blue, which I'm not done with. I'm going to keep working on that. So it's taking a little bit longer, but I'm painting these paintings really large because they're going to be scanned to get this really high detailed image from it, and then that scan is going to be used to make the prints that they're going to.
Yeah, they're like, it's a special printing process that they put it in glass form because it sits in the glass of the station at the train station.
Yeah,
is how that works.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, we at the meetings and stuff for it, they give us some materials and we could fill it and all this and pick the different. I don't know. It's a process. It's going to be interesting.
Well, Celine joined us and says, for your gnome, make a mold in clay, then do a plaster casting so you can make multiple prints with cement. That's an idea.
Yeah.
I'm worried I'd get one of those steps completely wrong and her head would fall off again.
That's cool.
Mindy says, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I keep forgetting where the camera is. I moved the camera, so I keep looking off to the side.
And then Ken's commenting on the paintings and said, is that mini Echo on the dog, I guess?
Oh, sort of a mini. No, it was going to be a mini Eagle, but then I changed it. Like I don't know. I started feeling more like it was a little boy dog. I don't know. And then so I just started changing his color a little bit, giving him his own thing. So it's the next dog, I guess.
The next.
It's a dog in training now. And
yes. Yeah, for anybody out there that just wants like a dose of cuteness in their Facebook feed, you should follow the Guide Dogs of Texas, because they are constantly posting puppy pictures of the training and them like hanging out with mama. It's oh my gosh, it's my favorite.
That's so nice. Yeah, because they whenever a litter is born, and so those puppies will be getting older and older. Yeah. They're getting less cute every day. Got to get over there and join that Facebook group right now.
Well, Kylie said that's awesome, and then Mindy Keene said sounds beautiful about the paintings. Andy joked and said, "You're singing on The Masked Singer? Sweet." No, it's not that show.
I could. No, I won't.
It's definitely not that show.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. If I was on that show, it would still be the same rules where I'm not allowed to tell anybody because they want to try to hide it. We're just gonna burn the TV studio now.
Yeah. Just cancel the show. Just cancel it altogether. And my mom joins us and says, "Hi guys, interesting show."
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for joining us. It was definitely. We were just unveiling gnomes, and we didn't have many huge topics to talk about. So
So
my
thank you guys
headless
so much.
Queen.
Oh boy,
it's ridiculous. But
thank you guys so much for making this fun today.
Yeah, this was fun, even though my gnomes are destroyed.
Oh, I think that's part of the fun.
It is. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and if you've got any art projects or anything you want to share, I know next show we'll share some art that other people have shared with us.
Yes, I meant to do that this time, and then the last couple of days have been so weird.
Yeah, so share your art and we'll talk about it. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. And I don't know. I'm not sure what else we're doing on Monday, but I know I'm going to be doing some more little coffee Instagram live, and that's going to be interesting. Yeah, so if you have Instagram and you don't follow John, you should follow him because he's going to do a morning with John and one yellow dog. So silly. We have nothing else to do. No, so. Exactly. But But thanks so much, guys, and have a great weekend. And we really, really appreciate you guys joining us on this. It's so much fun to hang out.
Yeah, like and subscribe, share it with your friends, and share your art with us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, hold it.
Wait. What?
Is Eagle over there?
Oh, yeah.
Bye, Eagle.
I'm like, what? I'm napping.
I actually heard her snoring over in the normal spot. I thought, oh, how rare is that when she's actually over there?
Aww.
So, anyway, guys. Oh, you know what? I'm all lost.
Oh, Dennis said let's get a fantasy football Zoom call together next week.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.